And we're live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Sheep Get Sheared podcast. We're here, we talk about people, politics, and popular culture. I am your host, Austin Creed. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the most entertaining, best show on YouTube, on Rumble, best podcast you'll listen to today. My friends, I have to share an article with you today. I was looking at young advice for young men. It kind of reflects on my show I did yesterday. If you haven't listened to that one, I recommend you go and do that. But look, whether it's articles on the internet, whether it's these guys on YouTube especially, everybody seems to be telling young men what they need to do, what they ought to do, everything under the sun. Now, I have my own opinions, everybody does. But there's a bottom line here that I think separates my advice from what the advice you'll find on the internet. Because let's be honest, more and more men, more people in general, look to the internet for advice. They don't ask their parents, they don't ask their grandparents, they don't ask their friends, they ask Google, they ask ChatGPT, they ask these other avenues for information. Because that is the age in which we live. That is the digital revolution that happened when I was younger, when the internet really started to become popular. Now, I want your voice to be heard on the subject because, quite frankly, I'm fed up. And in my opinion, men, this is unacceptable. The advice that we're giving each other on the internet, to a large extent, is horrible advice. Absolutely disgusting. And we're going to go through an article and dissect it in a moment. But before we do that, I want you to know that your voice is more than welcome to be heard on the show. You can hit me up on Twitter at Austin Creed. Or you can head over to the comment section of YouTube or Rumble. Hit me up over there. Because let's be honest, this is a subject that affects everybody. Whether it's the ladies and what you look for in a man, or you are a young man or an older man. This affects you. And I'm sick and tired of the older generation not giving us advice that works. Or other people, the blind lead the blind, so to speak. I'm sick of it. And I think it's time we really had a conversation about this. So, without further ado, I want to I will show you this article. I want to see what you think. I have not read all of this. I read a little bit just to make sure that it was appropriate for the show. But let's get started. Here it is. Advice to young men. They say, gentlemen, we need to talk. Basically what I said, cool. They say, as you make your way in the world, you may think that being a man means being hardcore or gangsta or a playa, something equally stupid. And they're saying it doesn't. Okay, I can see that, I guess. Being a man means having integrity. I would phrase it differently. I would say it's about having a reputation, and a good one at that. Because if you don't have a good reputation, no one's going to respect you. And your word's going to mean nothing. It means trying to do the best you can when you can with what you have. Yeah, that's true. All right, let's get the brass tacks. Give me the shit. Give me the tips. Let's cut down to business. Number 1. They say, accept responsibility when you are at fault. Okay, that's good advice. Apologize and try to make amends. That's good advice. I only agree with apologizing in certain instances, okay? If you actually did something wrong. If you didn't actually do anything wrong, don't apologize just to apologize. Because then you'll make yourself feel bad. Don't do that. Also, do not apologize to women you're attracted to, because then they will lose attraction for you. What are these ads I'm getting? This is reprehensible. Alright, next thing. Number 2. Oh no. It says, cry if you need to. Be weak when you need to be. Men, hot take here, don't cry. And if you do, go be alone and handle your business like a man. I would phrase this differently. be weak. No, I would say be expressive, but be expressive alone, by yourself. Handle your business. Do not come out here and make your business everybody else's business. And for God's sake, do not get on the internet and cry. Do not be like that. It's ridiculous. Don't do that. Number three, get a hobby. That's good advice. I'll take that. Try to create a space where you can be alone. Now, this is great advice. This is the only tip I've seen thus far that's actually really good. You have to learn to be alone a lot because you're going to be alone a lot. That's just basic one-on-one stuff. You should know that. What is this patronizing? Number 5, wear deodorant. Duh, every middle schooler knows that. What kind of advice is that? Next. Number 6, don't talk to people with standing up with one leg perched on something? What does that even mean? Like, you're not I don't understand that. Flush. What are we, 5 years old, reading everybody poops? What is this? This is what I'm talking about. They think you're all stupid. They think you're stupid. Question. Would you tell a young woman this? Answer, no. Of course you wouldn't. So why would you tell it to a guy? What are we, Neanderthals? What the hell is this? Number 8. Look people in the eye and listen to what they say. Again, middle school level crap. Why are we mentioning this? 9. Accept defeat and life's little knocks with dignity. Okay, first of all, bad phrasing. Never accept defeat. Accept that you don't know everything and you want to move on. You want to learn. That is what you should be doing. Don't accept defeat. Accept the lesson and continue to work hard. That is what you should be doing. Number 10. Think before you raise your fists. You will invariably regret resorting to violence. Okay. Violence is not always the answer, but sometimes you never know. I don't think you should just jump in because you never know who you're picking a fight with. So, yeah, I can see what they're saying on that. Again, their phrasing is horrible. 11, find a mentor. That's actually good advice. But you need to make sure you find a mentor that is actually going to help you, not hinder you. Now, you may think that because they're a mentor, they inherently know everything. That is false. And you may also think that because they're older, they know everything, which is also false. You need to make sure this person is living the life you want to live. If this person is not living a life you want to live, do not listen to their advice. Do not listen to what they're talking about, or take it with a grain of salt at the very least, because otherwise they will lead you down a path you don't want to go down. Trust me on this one. You'll thank me later. Next case. Number 12. Try to buy at least one good suit as soon as you can and look after it. Again, this is advice your father should have told you. But yes, that is correct. You should. And also, once you get the suit, do not just go on a diet of pie and ice cream, for God's sakes, because then there's no point in having this tailored suit if you pack on 15 pounds. So yeah, don't do that either. That's one thing they don't tell you. Number 13, think carefully about what you choose to believe. Now, I actually like this phrasing, choose to believe, because make no mistake about it, you choose, whether consciously or unconsciously, you choose what you believe and what you don't. You choose what you retain and what you don't. You choose who you will become and who you don't. It's not an accident. It doesn't just happen to you. You choose it through the actions you take that emanate from the thoughts you have. Number 14. It is not always essential to make a big deal about holding a door for someone. But when you're there, do so. Okay, who cares about this door holding thing? The feminists destroyed chivalry as far as I'm concerned. We went from a time when you would hold a door for a woman and she'd be like, oh, thank you, I appreciate it, to giving you like a death stare, like you just insulted her humanity. So I don't know about that one. Next case. 15. Greet people? Is this a joke? Tell me you're joking. Again, this is unacceptable. This is patronizing of the highest order. Next. 16. Know your limit when you're drinking. Okay, duh. Wait, is this not an obvious point? Are there really people out here who don't get this? Yes, be careful with what you consume and what you do. Don't be stupid. Yes, that's good advice. Do not think you're going to drive drunk. Stupid. That is a fast track way to ruin your entire life. Don't do that. Very stupid. Number 17. If you are going bald, accept it. That's actually a good point. Men, gentlemen, let's be honest. Now, all of us have great genetics when it comes to hair. Do not be this dude who has a comb over or who spends a big meech money on trying to grow your hair back. Just go for the Rock look or the Vin Diesel look. Do not try to look goofy with your hair if you're losing it, God forbid. Next. Driving fast and furiously does not make you Vin Diesel. Yeah, yes. Do not drive reckless. Not smart. You'll think you're cool until you hit something and your insurance goes up and your parents get mad. Don't do that. Oh my. Just when I think they're actually giving some decent advice and I might have to change the topic of the show. Oh my. Brush, floss, and rinse. I'm pretty sure my dentist taught this to me when I was like 4 or 5. What kind of statement is this? A duh? Who doesn't brush their teeth? Who doesn't floss or rinse? What the hell is this? Who doesn't do these things? Were you born in a barn? What the hell is this? Ugh, goodness. Just when they're actually making good points, they throw in some garbage like this. Number 20, try to keep in shape. I would change that to get your lazy ass in shape. That should be number 20. Do not look. If you want to die, if you want to collapse, God forbid, of heart disease or a heart attack at 50, be my guest. I wouldn't recommend it. It's not going to happen to me because I'm making a priority that it doesn't happen. And I don't want it to happen to you. So go to the gym, go for a walk, stand at your desk, do something for God's sakes. Do not just veg out and be a lazy bum or a couch potato, please. Next, 21. Again, this is advice tailored to young men, according to the article. Here it is. Number 21. Read a few books and work out your brain at least as hard as you work out your body. Now, this is actually good advice. When's the last time you picked up a book, for God's sakes? Look. When's the last time you picked up an actual book, for God's sakes? Like, I listen to audiobooks. But when's the last time you actually picked up an actual manuscript? Read. It's good for you. Next. 22. Learn to dance. Look, if you like to dance, go ahead. If it's not your scene, don't do it just to do it. That's kind of goofy in my opinion. If you want to, go ahead. If you don't want to do it, don't do it just to be like, oh yeah, man, if I dance at one point, I might impress some chick. Man, don't do that goofy garbage. Next case. Measure twice, cut once. That's good advice. In other words, make sure you think about what you do from more than one angle before you do it. Don't just jump in and figure it out. That's smart. 24. I don't even know how many there are on this list. I thought there would really be like 20, but evidently there's way more. 24. Learn the basics of car maintenance. Now, this is great advice, and I'm actually doing this myself right now. I learned a little bit in the military, but I need to learn more because it's something that you just should know. Because the one time you'll need it, trust me, you'll think it's not important until the one time you need it, and then it will come in handy and save you. 25. There is always a tool for what you want to do. Okay. Oh, in other words, take care and buy a good quality tool and look after it. In other words, have a toolbox. Yeah, that's inherently a good idea. Again, I'm surprised that this is like revolutionary level advice. I don't see how that is. But, okay, next. 26, honor. or honor, how they spell it. It is not just a word. You can be a hero. Okay, what? Okay, hold on. I'll save my take. I'll read the rest of the tip. You can be a hero in 1,000 small ways or in a couple of big ones. But you will only be a hero if you actually act according to a personal moral code that emphasizes caring, fairness, and justice. What is. Look, this is something I fundamentally don't get, and maybe somebody can explain this to me. What is with everybody's desire to be a hero? Most heroes, with very rare exception in literature or in a TV show or in a movie, the hero is like good for the sake of being good. What does the hero actually get? What does he get? The girl? He gets a little bit of recognition and fame and fortune, potentially? My friends, you should not strive to be a hero so much as you should strive to be a monster, in my opinion, and then learn to become a hero. The best heroes, in my experience, were former villains. Because otherwise, you end up with a mindset of, I'm doing things for people, but at the same time, I feel like they should owe me something, but I don't want to say that because then I could be taken out of context, or people might think that I have an agenda, but I don't, but I do, but I don't, but I do. This idea of being a hero is like the white knight dudes who cape for women and all this kind of goofy stuff. Look, I'm not saying go out here and be a complete jerk to everybody. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is this. My friends, do not try to come out here and just be all things sugar spice and everything nice, because you will be exploited and you will end up empty because people will have taken everything from you. Do not be that person, please. Trust me, I used to be that guy. That guy sucks because he feels guilty for feeling guilty about giving. Like, it's so damaging. You need to make sure you always have a backbone. Yes, you want to honor the things you say you're going to do. But do not make yourself very easily exploitable. Please don't do that. Because everybody will tell you to do that. Don't do it. Because then you get very easy to manipulate and very easy to get deceived. Next. Oh my gosh. How many tips are there? We'll go a couple more. 27. There's nothing wrong with a modern man using a bit of moisturizer or sunscreen. Or even makeup if you like. Okay, makeup, no. But moisturizer and sunscreen, 100%. Use that. My friends, if you want to be 30 or 40 and look like you're 20 or 30, and instead of looking 50, use some dang moisturizer, get a face wash, wear some sunscreen, especially if you're lighter complected like myself. It will help you. You're welcome. Next. Oh, be careful what you pierce. Oh. Don't get a piercing if you're a man. Please, for the love of God. If anything, maybe get something in the ear. That's it. Don't be these goofballs who have these cattle rings in their noses that look like they should be on a farm mooing. Please don't. Please don't do that crap. It's so cringe. 29. Don't bully people who are weaker than you. Okay? You might feel like you are big and strong when you do this, but really, you're just being small and stupid. I don't know about the second part, but what I do know is, yes, bullying people actually defeats the purpose. It's not smart because you should want to encourage your competition. Why do I say that? Because then it forces you to be better instead of making them worse. You want your competition to be good, so that you have to raise your you have to raise yourself up instead of just trying to drag them down. You should be always wanting to improve, not wanting someone else to degenerate or have them fall. For you to rise, someone else does not need to fall. Number 30, enjoy watching sports, but remember that in the end, it's only a kid's game played by grown adults. I guarantee you someone who plays sports did not write this article, or they're very not competitive. That is such a participation trophy mindset. Oh my goodness. If you're competitive, enjoy being competitive, but yeah, I mean, don't go to the point where you're going to hurt somebody or do something that's going to really impact your life, but enjoy it for goodness sake. I mean, that's like having a cheat meal and cheating yourself on your cheat meal. Like, what even is that? Next, 31, find a tribe, make good friends who influence you positively, and on whom you can rely when things get tough. Okay, that's good advice. Yeah, in other words, find people who are like-minded who will keep you on the straight and narrow. That's good advice. Yeah, that's good. I'll finish with this one, because number 33 is, again, a patronizing one. Wear clean underwear and socks. I don't know, I need to wear clean underwear. Oh my, okay. Number 32, take pride in yourself. Do not let others trample over you. Good. But also do not be proud and conceited. Okay. Finding that good fine line, not easy, but very worthwhile. I'll tell you that right now. If you think that it's going to do you a service to be really conceited and arrogant, but not in like a charming way, but in a everybody else's garbage kind of way, that's not going to work for you. Don't do that. Look, it's perfectly fine to be proud in who you are, what you want to accomplish, what you've done, all those things. Totally good. But if you want to pretend like you're the best person who ever was, but you don't have the ambition to match it, you don't have the receipts for it, you're going to look goofy. Don't do that. I think I'm going to stop there because at the end of the day, how many are there here? Oh, there's only 44. Most of these things don't look that interesting. Seem pretty like basic to me. We'll hold it right there. My friends, what are your thoughts on the tips we read? What advice would you give to young men? Because let's be honest, a lot of this advice was very patronizing, very unacceptable in my opinion. And that's why I think men, a lot of the advice it's just unacceptable. We need to give better advice that's not just like you're talking to a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old. You know, mommy's first razor kind of conversation. That's just goofy and dumb. Anyways, my friends, I want to hear what you got to say on the subject. Like I said, you can hit me up on Twitter at Austin Creed, or you can go over to the comment section of YouTube or Rumble. Hit me up over there. Answer the question. But until next time, God bless you. God bless your family. God bless America. We're out of here. Peace.